Hello, sweet souls. Oh, don't you just love that sound? I love that sound. I can get this to light. There we go. Oh, beautiful lovelies. I am sorry it has been so long. Trust me, I have been wanting to do this for what feels like forever now. I had some pretty serious health issues pop up. I had a pretty serious health scare, a cancer scare specifically. But after lots and lots and lots of abnormal test results and imaging results, and then finally a biopsy, everything miraculously and gratefully turned out to be okay. So I apologize for my absence. I was just genuinely struggling. I was on the struggle bus and terrified, and I just needed every ounce of energy that I could just to kind of keep it together day to day. But I just barely got the results like a day or two ago, and I'm finally feeling back to myself spiritually, energetically. I'm not all wrapped up in worry and fear. So I'm very excited to start this reading. This pick a card, is going to show us the truth of that situation that has been on your mind. What has been troubling your heart? What have you been, or maybe even not troubling, but what has been running through your mind, and you're just kind of like, am I seeing the full picture here? Or, Spirit, what do I need to know about this that I'm not seeing? So, whatever situation comes to your mind as we're speaking about this, that is going to be what answers this reading has in store for you. In order to get the best and most accurate reading for us, let's all close our eyes or soften our gaze and take that nice, deep, cleansing breath in. And release. We do this because it centers and calms our energy, and that's what helps us get into alignment with our most accurate reading. And it's also nice to kind of tap out of any chaotic energy that we may be carrying around throughout the day. Now, when you are feeling ready and you're feeling centered, maybe even have the question in your mind of, what is the truth of this situation? You can open your eyes. Whichever pile pulls your attention the most, calls out to you the most, that is the pile with your messages. So this is going to be pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm looking forward to getting you guys your truth. Let's jump right in. Bye, guys. Hello, my beautiful pile number 1s. Welcome to your reading. You guys selected this fluorite piece. Okay. Ooh, can I put it right here? That's amazing. I don't even know if that shows. I can't tell if that shows on the frame. I hope it does though. That's so cool. Okay, cool. What a happy little accident. Now, to jump right in, we are going to start with this goddess card. This card is going to kind of guide us along the kind of like the main theme. And then, of course, we will draw some more cards as we go along. I love to do the live shuffle just so that you guys can really feel like a part of it. If you guys prefer when I do my pre-shuffled decks, though, just let me know. Okay, pile number 1. Let's jump in. What is the truth of your situation? Gula, healing. I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay. There's a lot. So, right off the bat, just kind of front and center, obviously. So the truth of this situation, many of you may be asking about health, or I'm also seeing many of you are asking about a relationship. I do see that relationship is healing. It is transmuting and transforming. The trick here, though, is to stop trying to force or figure out what the form is going to be of what this relationship transforms or transmutes into. The guidance here, though, across the board is to be gentle with yourself. Do not overgive of yourself at this time, and be kind to yourself. I'm also seeing a need to self-reflect of identify those kind of demons in our minds, right? We've all got them, those negative thoughts, and show them love. This message is coming through because I'm remembering it's an old Native American tale about the story of deer. And we do have like these deer ears here. They are very good at listening. So there's a need to listen more in these next coming days and to hear the truth instead of what we want to hear or what we fear to hear, right? That's the balance. But it's coming to mind because in this story, deer is taking this nice long walk or hike, I guess, up the mountain and comes across this evil demon that everyone hates and fears. And in the lore, the deer, who is a symbol of kindness and trust and just kindness, shows the demon kindness and love. And this surprises the demon and kind of melts its heart a little bit. And because of that, the demon becomes kinder itself and allows the deer to pass. Let me know what other messages kind of came through for you with that story. But if you are, to kind of wrap up what I was saying in the very beginning, sorry, I'm trying to stay focused. It's just hard when you channel sometimes. But I don't know if any of you heard in the intro, but I kind of shared my story about why I've been gone, how I've been dealing with health issues and health scares, and just it's been a shitstorm. So I do find it interesting that we did have healing come up, and this reading as a whole, like this video, was so heavily delayed because of my health issues. So I'm seeing there being a need for a time of patience with self, compassion of self. Well, ultimately, the truth of this situation is that healing is happening and can happen. Now, this is in all of my disclaimers, and it has to be in every single tarot reader's disclaimer because we're not doctors, right? If we have any guidance that ever comes through regarding to health situations, obviously only ever, reach out and follow the advice of an actual trained medical professional. Okay, we're all just we are spiritual leaders here. Okay, we gotta save the medical stuff for those specialists, right? So any health specific messages that ever come through, always make sure that you listen to your doctor first. Okay, let's see. Oh wow. Okay. I'm using this. Let's go and get some more clarity and guidance. Wow. So many of you have been feeling so overwhelmed by whatever this situation is. I'm so sorry. I also just have to throw out there, this reading is a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when you're finding it. It's good for whenever. But I do happen to be filming it during Pride. So in honor of that, I am using the actual Pride tarot. So I thought that would be a fun little thing. So this is a very collaborative deck. And the fact that it wanted to come through today is saying that it's so interesting. It's like it's a need to keep to yourself, but don't isolate completely. Okay? Only expect yourself to fulfill your own desires and expectations and wishes, right? So give yourself what you are hoping to receive from other people before you go and try and spend time with other people. However, I am seeing this is not a time for pushing yourself and for really going out there and look at this huge crowd. Again, this is kind of amazing that this came up and it's Pride, whatever. Still, just saying. Look at this huge crowd. and it came up in reverse. So just avoid overwhelming yourself or overstimulating yourself with large crowds of people. If it's kind of inevitable, or if it is an event or a concert or something that you want to go to, that's just fine. The advice here coming through is just prioritize your healing and prioritize yourself. So maybe just make it a limited interaction or experience. Now, the Nine of Cups. This is a very, very, very interesting Nine of Cups, because traditionally this is the wish card. But if you look at the art, like, she doesn't look like she just had all of her wishes granted. She looks a little sad. So what this is showing me the... Oh, look, yeah, there's the phases of the moon. Okay, I love this. So this is showing me that any sadness or emptiness that you may be feeling, any worries that you may be feeling, it's just a phase. You will be moving into this personal wish fulfillment of a more positive future. And I do see you being content. Yes, see? Oh my God. Okay, this is so beautiful. Okay, look. So each cup has a phase of the moon. The cup that she's holding right now is the new moon. The new moon is when you can't see the moon. It's all darkness. And if that is the space that you are in right now, oh babe, I am just barely coming out of that space myself. And I can tell you, yes, the darkness can be absolutely terrifying sometimes. But here's the thing. Seeds need darkness to grow. So the message here is you have the power to manifest what you want out of this situation, as far as whether or not you will be fulfilled, right? So say it was me watching this as a different reader, and it was before I had gotten my Cancer yay or nay results, right? This would be the equivalent of a reader telling me, you may not be able to control the outcome of whether or not you do or you don't have cancer, but you will be able to control, you will be able to have the power to influence how it will positively impact your life one way or the other. And that's actually a thought that did get me through those dark times, because people came out of the woodworks to support me. Granted, I did not tell many people. I only kept a few close, because I just, no. But one very positive thing that I got out of that experience, even then, before I even knew, was seeing that love and that support that I just was so unexpected. Of course your family and your loved ones, like, in your mind, you think you're going to get the love and support, but actually seeing it and experiencing it is a completely different game. And so it's not about controlling the outcome specifically. It's about having the power to control how you can respond and how you can heal. This is also a matter of truth, coming through and saying that you are capable of healing and living a healthier life. So reach out to the support, be it therapist, doctor, right, the medical field, a spiritual leader, a community, your family, whoever you need to, and they will help fulfill you. But there's also a need to understand that your power is in the present moment. So the more that you worry about the future, stress about the future, I know, story of my life, I do it all the time, I know. It's not a shame thing. I'm not sitting here telling you like, oh my God, don't worry about the future. No, that's not the, please, God, no, that's not the message, right? That's so... Ugh, that would be such an ignorant thing to say. No, it's just saying, like, you can do that, and you can stress and be depressed about the past, But the message is that when you are either in the past or in the future and you're not in the present, you are giving away your power. Wow, that was a really, speaking of power, that was a very, very strong, powerful message that came through. I can feel it in my heart chakra, and I actually feel a little bit of resistance there, which is telling me, and all of this green here too. Ooh, okay, and this is in the present moment. Something that will help you guys immensely, and the truth of this situation right now is that the truth is already in your heart, but there's some heart healing and some heart chakra healing that needs to happen. So you really need to go within and take care of yourself. Also, up the healthier lifestyle, okay? Drink more tea, eat less processed foods. This is a massive opportunity of your life to heal physically, spiritually, emotionally. And the more that you work on that, the more that you incorporate and embrace those aspects of healing into your life, the closer to the truth and the more accepting of the truth, whatever it may be. And the more fearless you will feel facing the truth or in anticipation of the truth, right? Because when we take the actions of self-care, that is showing ourselves love. If we choose, to feed ourselves the majority of the time, right? I don't think it's healthy to never splurge, but the majority of the time, if you're choosing to give yourself things that nourish your body, that signals subliminally to your mind like, hey, I love myself. I am of value. I'm worth taking care of. I am precious. I am tender. I need to be nurtured, and I'm worth being nurtured. So you will feel fearless and strong the more, and closer to the truth, the more that you incorporate prioritizing health over maybe meeting other people's expectations or being who you think you should be. There needs to be a self-focus right now and embracing the present moment. And also understanding this is the time of manifestation. The dark times, that's when you want to manifest. That's when you want to recenter and refocus on your power. You can work with the power of the moon. That will help you a lot. You don't have to, but I know for me personally, it really helps me feel more in alignment and in tune with kind of the nature, the forces of nature that can kind of help empower what I'm trying to manifest. The trick to manifestation, though, is putting yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally embodying that sensation of what it would be like when you have what you want. So you're just attuning with having what you want. And what's great about that is when you do that, when you're feeling in the dark space, it actually helps take you out of the dark space. I hope that makes sense. I feel like Spirit has me rambling a little bit. But last message here, just remember things are not black and white. They will never be black and white. And there is a need to nurture yourself during times of uncertainty and to choose healing. And the more that you choose to heal yourself and heal your life, the more that will trickle out into every aspect of your life and positively impact, be it directly or indirectly, whatever situation made you click on this video. Ooh, all right. Okay, so we have the Chariot. Oh, you guys feel tired. And the Three of Pentacles. Pull on your support system. Let your support system help you through this time, especially if you're struggling, okay? Yeah, things may be feeling stagnant right now, or that you may be feeling a block right now. But in your future, I am seeing the Chariot. You guys, that is a card of victory and success, okay? It is. I'm also seeing something here about femininity. Being feminine. Being feminine will help you tapping into your feminine sides, despite whatever gender you identify with. Tapping into your feminine aspects of your energy and taking a leap of faith into that, as well as taking a leap of faith in trusting at least 1 to 2 people, okay, within your close support system that is really going to help solidify you and help you feel more stable throughout unstable times. I am also seeing, though, whatever this situation is, you're feeling so tired. You need to rest. I'm hearing some of you are feeling over-rested, but that's an illusion because you're not giving yourself the rest, the restoration that is needed. So, whereas some of you need to physically rest, some of you might need to mentally rest. There are no specific examples coming to mind, which is telling me that Spirit is like, all right, come on, let's keep going. But the truth of this situation is that massive change is coming for you. Again, they're not letting me see any direct positive or negative outcomes either way. Although I am seeing, again, it's all about perspective. You will be feeling victorious. You will be feeling supported and loved by your support system. Especially like you and one other person, be it a partner or a best friend. Like if this is about a relationship, you might need to reach out to a therapist or to just 1, max 2 trusted sources. Try not to outsource too much outside of your relationship, right? You don't want other people getting involved in your ish. Like, don't let them in, past the boundaries that they should be allowed. But reaching out for support and advice, that can really help support you and also really help you see what you want to manifest for your life. Again, just make sure that it's not tied to a specific person or a specific outcome. So say, for example, you clicked this because you're wanting to know the truth about a situation between you and your partner or you and someone that you like. This is showing us that either way you will be successful, you will be manifesting success, but that's because instead of I see you embracing your inner wisdom and your inner strength and really connecting with those very powerful forces of nature, attuning with those very powerful phases and forces of nature in order to bring you into alignment with what you truly want. What you truly want is not that person. What you truly want is not that specific outcome. What you truly want is what that person or specific outcome symbolize for you. Okay? So love, companionship, health, that's just an example. Wealth, even, that's an example of specific of specific things that you may want, specific sensations. There's no guarantee that that specific outcome or person can give that to you. So I see you becoming very wise, and instead of trying to control or force or pigeonhole a situation, you're surrendering control, and which is a big part of oh my gosh, that's like one of the core things and one of the hardest things you have to do when you're manifesting is you're surrendering control, giving it up to nature, and you're trusting the process. So that's the same thing as saying, maybe you're going through a rough time with your partner and you want to know what the truth of the situation is. Well, the truth of the situation is that you need to let it go, not break up with them, right? But you need to let it go, surrender it, and focus on what you want. You want a loving, healthy companionship, right? Maybe you want more passion, more sexiness, more excitement within your relationships. Maybe you guys want friends, or again, that doesn't matter what it is. But that's the sensation that you need to focus on, and you need to take that person out of the picture. When I thought that I had cancer, I was wrapped up in the fears of maybe having it. something that I did was I focused on all of the positive outcomes possible within my control, right? So I knew one way or another, ultimately, the forces of nature are not under my control. So it's not like I could manifest not having cancer. I'm sure that that's probably going to spark some kind of controversy out there. I'm a scientist at heart. I may be esoteric as shit and I am witchy as hell, but I'm a scientist at heart too. So, and I think it's a disservice to tell people that they can just manifest their health problems away. I think that that is deeply, deeply hurtful rhetoric. Because my brother has some serious health issues, and he's been told by a couple spiritual people that, oh, he can control it, he can just banish it away, and it's like, that's a really fucked up thing to say to someone. So I don't know why that little rant had to come through, but it did. But what I'm saying, long story short here, sorry, this is a very kind of energy, is I knew that I couldn't manifest whether or not I would end up having cancer, but I knew what I did want to manifest, either way, was relief and community. So for me, I knew that if that meant that I did have the big C, then relief would be found through community and through my support system. And if I didn't, the relief would come through not having it. And as an inspiration to show me, like, okay, this is showing me, this scare is showing me to take a hard look at what I want in life and what kind of community in life I want to build for myself. I hope that makes sense. But whatever this is life-changing. The reality of this situation is that it's kind of like a tower moment, and don't click off, okay? It's not like a bad tower moment, but for those of you who are familiar with tarot, after a tower moment, it's like this massive shift in your life happens. And all of the burdens and lies and shakiness has been destroyed. So you're free from all of that. And your life looks completely different. So even for me, finding out that I didn't have cancer arguably was still a tower moment within its own rights, because the experience in and of itself, right, the waiting period, and I'm so sorry if you guys are going through your own health struggles and that ties into this at all, but you know, like that anxiety and that fear that I'm kind of seeing here that she's struggling with. She's trying to find balance within the darkness and calling back her personal power within the darkness. But now that I'm on the other side, I did manifest the experience of relief. Hang on, let me let him up, baby. Come on, baby. Hi, sweet boy. Came in to say hi to pile one. Yeah. Yeah. My Mr. Bugs says hello. But I did manifest the relief, right? But at the end of the day, my life feels completely different. Going through an experience like that, like whatever you guys are going through, and healing from it, it changes you. I've never felt more inspired to be healthier in my entire life, or more reinvigorated to go out and share more of my time in my life with people. Damn, my light just died. Right? So night and day difference, right? Your life is going to feel more positive no matter what, in a life-changing way when you come out the other side. All right, any final guidance or messages? For pile number one, the truth of this. Oh my God. Look, you can't make it up. The tower. Shut up. You guys, here I was thinking I was just rambling like crazy. That's what happens when you get your brain involved when you're channeling. You start to second guess yourself, when in reality I was just hella in tune. Oh, I love it. If I get these cards to behave now. We'll put that right there. There we go. The Tower. What was I saying? The truth of this situation is it's going to be a positive Tower moment. I don't know if you guys have seen, also the back of the deck was the Queen of Wands. So we're definitely going to take that because that also is a deep confirmation of everything else that was coming through. I don't know if you guys have seen some of my other videos, but if you have, I sometimes talk about the Tower reversed and how, in my experience, the Tower reversed is always very positive, right? So it's life-changing, but in a way that feels good. Now, going through it, it might feel a little shaky in the moment, right? And it might feel a little scary, which is a huge confirmation of literally just reaffirming everything that I just said. Also, I can't help but feel like, look, this guy, so he jumps off of this clock. Oh, you guys need to stop paying attention to the time so much. Many of you are waiting. I'm getting a strong waiting, anticipatory kind of energy. And God, don't I know it. But that really stands out to me because that is what these figures from the Tower do. They leap. But this is really beautiful. So, oh, this is gorgeous. Okay, so a positive Tower moment. Truth of this situation, truth and reality of this is that you guys, this situation is in the process of a positive Tower moment. Healing is happening. Whether it be an outcome that leads to healing in other areas of your life that you never expected. There is going to be unexpected change. I am seeing that. But it's also you taking your power back. The truth of this situation is the universe calling to you, saying, hey, let's take your power back by being present, because that is the only way that you can access it, and we want to help you. So get in alignment, get in tune with nature. You feel powerless. You feel like you don't have a choice, but you do. Just not in the ways that you may want for everything that we've already discussed, right? The Chariot, that is success. You will be using the lessons of darkness. I'm just seeing like these characters here. Just, they don't look happy, and they're these dark cloaks, right? So it's like, oh my God, didn't we say at the very beginning, like showing your demons kindness, showing compassion to your negative thoughts? Holy hell. I'll never not get chills when I'm reading tarot. I swear, because it always says this. It's always straight on. It's just energy, man. It just shows you what's going on. Whew. Your dark experiences, your negative thoughts, you will be taking control of them and using them to oh yeah, my puppers agrees, using them to pull you forward. That is so powerful. Now, this has been going on for a while, but so just to wrap things up, again, huge transformative energy that is definitely confirmed by the Tower and the snake ring here, and just Gula in general. She's big transformation energy as well. And then being careful, not careful because that sounds kind of scary, but just being mindful and smart about who you allow into your circle at this time and who you allow to support you at this time. There's also a need to see people as they are instead of how you want them to be. That will help you with that. But last but not least, you guys are moving out of this stage of like isolation, potentially fear even. Maybe you guys have some social anxiety for a few of you out there, and that maybe you've been feeling powerless to that. That's a little more specific, so don't force it. Only take it if it resonates. But you guys are moving into this space. The Queen of Wands, oh my God. I didn't even realize. Holy cow, I got goosebumps. The Queen of Wands, traditionally, she has a black cat sitting next to her at her throne, beside her at her throne. And that is because the black cat symbolizes the darkness within her. Oh my God, I have chills all over. Like, the black cat symbolizes the darkness within her, the demons within her that she has faced and that she has conquered. It is her shadow self that she has mastered. She has shown love, and no longer she's not ashamed of it, right? She doesn't hide it from people. The cat, it's a black cat. It's just out there, you know? She doesn't hide it, but she's gone through and faced and conquered that darkness. And she is charismatic. She is positive, not in a negative positivity or a toxic positivity way, but in a way where, yeah, I have seen some dark shit in my life. I have seen some... Sorry I'm swearing so much in your pile. I don't know if you guys swear, but I mean, I'm here for it. I'm a big swearer myself. I just try not to on the channel, but you know, when it's coming through, it's coming through. You know, but she's just like, I have faced some serious, hardcore just darkness in my life to one extent or to one extreme, to one capacity or another, and I have faced it and I have conquered it, and that is why I'm positive. That is why I'm so great with connecting with people. That is why I have so much light and confidence, because I know that I am strong. I know that I have a light to share because this light conquered the darkness within me. Now it is my turn to share this magic and to share this light with other people. Wow. Pile number one, I was not expecting it to be this intense, but zero hate that it was. Oh my word. This is beautiful. Feel free to work with fluorite. Maybe visit your local crystal shop if that's something that you're interested in. I'm not feeling called to use runes in this reading. I don't know if I will for the other piles or if it's just this reading in general, but I feel like we got through all of the messages and I don't want to harp on things too much to the way to where it would, you know, take away any of the meaning of the messages that already came through. This is such a beautiful reading. I hope that this made sense. I hope that this helped you. Please feel free to be vulnerable and comment down below. Share your experience. Open up with the community. We got you. The spiritual community on YouTube, honestly, is so gorgeous. Everyone is just so like loving and supportive of each other, and yeah, we are all blessed to be a part of it. But anyways, pile number one, victory, becoming charismatic and kind of a social butterfly, and manifesting what you want in a life-changing way. Healing is happening. Your wish is going to be granted. Again, just be careful not to tie it with a specific person or a specific outcome. Keep it more of a specific sensation that you want to experience, okay? You have a strong community. Just let them come out of the woodworks. Okay. Pile number one. You guys make my heart feel full. It was a pleasure reading for you guys if you haven't already, and your vibes vibe with my vibes. Go ahead and subscribe, join the tribe, and don't forget to press that like button down below so that I know if you enjoyed this video. Otherwise, until next time, bye guys. Hello, sweet souls, beautiful humans who selected pile number 2. Whew, welcome to your reading. I am very curious to see what we have in store for you, because I just finished with pile number 1, and man, that was like, whew, that was deep and intense, and I didn't know what I was getting into. No, just kidding. It was fantastic, so I'm very curious now to see what the next piles have. You guys selected the pile with this kyanite shard. This is really excellent for help with your throat chakra. And truth. Like, yeah, like seeing and speaking truth. Huh. I didn't even think of that. Whenever I pick the crystals to go on the piles, it's never a conscious thing. It's always a very energetic thing. Like, they call out to me. They're like, hey, I'm with this pile. And I'm like, okay. Okay, so starting off, let's find out. We're going to let this card guide us, kind of the overall theme and answer for what the truth is of your situation. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, many of you are asking about, this is weird, but like parenting or nurturing or taking care of other people. But most of you, this is like a creative project or a creative business. Yes, the business, you have what it takes to make your business, whatever project this is, a success. And I actually see you being so successful that it will last for generations. Call upon your guides to really help you, but most importantly, your guides are coming through and your angels are coming through and letting you know that they are shielding you, they are protecting you, so that you don't have to worry or focus about anything other than allowing your emotions and your intuition guide you with joy and jolly. Which sounds weird, but yeah, the truth of this situation is that you are a master, and or you will become a master in whatever it is that you're asking about. I'm just seeing, you guys are very, very powerful, very talented, creative beings. And there's mastery, wealth, success, and joy behind this. If you're asking about like a romantic partnership, I'm not seeing anything specifically there, but feel free to stick around. We'll see. For most of you though, and if you're like, if this is about, here's the thing though. Here's the thing with nurturing, because we always talk about it with, if the cards ever indicate a quote unquote pregnancy. Birth can symbolize something like an actual physical birth, right, in the 3D realm. Of a human, or it can symbolize the birth of a project. So that, so that makes sense why that's because you have to nurture a business, you have to nurture a project, you have to nurture your art and care to your art and to your skills. You have to master and build up your skills. And you guys, this is a part of your soul's calling. Whatever you're asking about is a part of your soul's calling. It makes my heart a little nervous, or I'm feeling a little jittery in my heart. And whenever I channel, I'm channeling you guys. So something that might help is reframing fear into excitement, and potentially even channeling excess energy into a creative outlet. Woo! Oh, King of Wands. Okay, let's see. We'll put him right here. He's a leader. He's a rebel. He's fearless. I do find it interesting that this is all black and white. Oh, you guys have an amazing possibility in front of you. It's like, this is like the equivalent of the universe handing you a coloring book. They're like, here, everything's already outlined. Just color it in however you want. Literally however you want. You don't have to stay in the lines. You just have to color this in however feels the most authentic to you. Authenticity. Authenticity is so big right now. Be a mermaid? I don't know what that means. Be a mermaid? What does that mean? Be a mermaid. I guess mermaids are pretty unique. They go with the flow. Ooh. Okay. And then we have 10 of Cups reversed. Alright, so for those of you, the truth of this situation, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just reading what the cards say spiritually. The truth of this situation, spiritually speaking, is if you guys are trying to get pregnant, it may not be in the way that you expect, so you may need to start getting creative, right? Consider a surrogate or adoption or something like that. And that's all about getting in tune with your most authentic self, getting in tune with your intuition, and allowing your authentic self, your highest self, and your intuition guide you along this process of whatever the situation is. I'm very curious. Let's clarify this 10 of Cups reversed, please. Woo! The Tower reversed. Okay. And then let's clarify the King of Wands. This black and white King of Wands. This is so interesting. There's a need to bring more color into your life. Whoa! Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay. And the Four of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. Okay, so we gotta surrender control is the thing here. Which is a little ironic because, oh, you know what it is? Okay, I got it. When you are riding a motorcycle, I don't know if any of you ever have. I guess I've driven a dirt bike and I am so bad. I'm so bad at it. And here's the reason why. And it's perfect because it's the message, right? When it comes time to turn, be it a motorcycle, dirt bike, whatever, you have to lean into the turn. And that is absolutely terrifying to me because you know what that means? That means you're literally tilting the bike and leaning. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I like to stay just straight up, right? And I'll just just a little bit at a time so that I don't have to lean, because leaning is goddamn terrifying. Oh my gosh, is it terrifying? No. So, but what was ironic was I was terrified of leaning because your body is really close to the dirt and it feels like you're going to tip over. But when you try and turn and you don't lean, that's what causes you to tip over. It was kind of funny. My dad still gives me shit for it because it's amazing, because I loved going straight. I loved going straight, but it was so scary whenever it was too scary for me to turn. But so I wouldn't lean, and then I'd end up falling anyways every single time. But no matter how many times I fell, I didn't have the guts to lean. So the Four of Pentacles coming through with this particular King of Wands. It's time to let go, and it's time to lean. You gotta lean into the turn. Something interesting coming to mind here is, this is probably more specific, but take it if it resonates, or honestly, it's just a helpful message in general, because sometimes people really suck. Something that can help with dealing with really sucky people, especially bullies or people who are trying to say mean things to you. A therapist taught me this once, actually, he's like, you just have to lean into it. So he described it as, say, the bully is saying this bad thing about you over here, and you really wish that they would say this good thing about you over here. And if you're riding a bike and say the bully says something that, say they said, this is just a very arbitrary example. Say they say you suck at drawing or something. And the trick is, instead of resisting what they're saying, you actually lean into the turn. This is so weird. Why is this message coming through? You lean into it, and you end up taking all of their oomph, all of their fire out from under them, because by leaning into it and being like, oh my gosh, right? I am the worst. You should have seen the cat that I tried to draw the other day. And I have tried this on several people, and I can tell you, anecdotally, it works. It works, my dudes, because they're not expecting it. They're expecting you to resist, right? And to be like, no, I'm really good, blah, blah. No. Why would you ever need to care to defend yourself to whoever this bully may be, this naysayer may be, right? Like, at the end of the day, if you're lighthearted about it, it shows that you won't take what they're saying seriously. And if anything, you're flipping it around and making it something funny and positive. And I just looked at the clock and it said 11:11. So yeah, this is important. You flip it around and you make it positive. Instead, it drains them of all of their power, which is very interesting because we do have the magician here as well. So this is in accepting and understanding the truth of the situation is, even if it doesn't feel like it, so long as you stop trying to hold on to it how you think it should be so tightly, and you lean into the turn, whatever circumstance that may be for you, be it dirt bike, motorcycle, or bully bike, I don't know. If you lean into it, you embrace it, that's where you're going to find your power, which feels uncomfortable because it feels like surrender. The Four of Pentacles upright is traditionally this person holding so tightly onto his coins that it makes it impossible for him to receive more. It's a very fearful based energy. So we're getting that fearful based kind of clingy energy in reverse next to the magician. Ooh, you have everything that you need already right now. You just have to lean in. You have to lean in and understand that you have the power to color this in however you want. Now, there's a lot about family here because we do have the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups here being reversed. There's some kind of block with maybe you have a negative family history or a negative pattern that you're fearful of repeating, or that you feel like you are repeating something. And then we had all the parenting messages come through. So for the Ten of Cups to come up reversed, that talks about disharmony within a home setting. There could be a naysayer in your family, that bully message that came through. Sometimes the people that are quote unquote supposed to support us the most are sometimes the ones who do the opposite. Not only do they support us the least, they try and push us off our path, right? So maybe a mother figure, or just, it doesn't have to be a mother figure, although I am getting that quite strongly for a few of you, but maybe someone in your family is that bully who's like, no, this is what you need to do, or, oh my gosh, like, you're so bad at that. And that's where that power comes back in, and like, okay, yes, ideally, let's say for example, it's the mom. Remember this should statement stuff over here with the Four of Pentacles? That should statement example would be, oh, my mom should support me. Well, your power is not in waiting, or is not in... You give your power away to people when you expect shoulds from them. Like, oh, this person should do that. Well, they didn't. So, you're going to take your power back and color the picture, color the story how you want. I hope that makes sense. I know please God, this is not an oversimplification of any sort of complex, emotional or family issues. No. That's not what this is about. I know that most of the time, these things are not simple. But the guidance coming through and the truth that's coming through, the truth of the situation is that you can take your power back. Also, maybe a few of you, you want to go into something a little more creative as far as an occupation goes. And your family is kind of like a naysayer, like, no, blah, 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 nothing will come of it, blah. Okay, well, your life is your life. We are born alone and we die alone. We have people there with us. Blah, blah, blah. The whole spiel. I don't have to teach y'all life. But you know what I mean? This is your life. It's time to surrender to your power and to go with the flow a little bit. Let's see. I want to clarify this. Woo. Oh, it didn't want to come out. The Tower reversed. Yeah, this situation is like zapping your passion. Yes. Yes, this is what I'm saying. Okay, Seven of Wands. You need to stand your ground and defend your passions. I see this being a Tower moment for you. But whenever the Tower comes up in reverse, for me, I've always experienced that and seen that as a very positive thing. Okay, very, very, very positive thing. So don't be scared. This is a life-changing thing, okay, that's coming to you. And until you defend your passions, you're never going to be able to breathe. Passion and creativity is not just, oh, whatever. No, that is life. That is how our soul breathes. It is time to let your soul breathe again, my friend. Life does not have to be this crazy black and white. You know that that's not you. You know that you are a leader. Like, you are so powerful and strong. The King of Wands is this iconic visionary leader. And visionary is a term that historically, I would argue, has been applied to the rebels that ended up becoming successful. How many stories do we hear about these huge leaders? I'm just thinking like the Microsoft or Apple, Steve Jobs, all of these, Elon Musk, I don't know, I'm just throwing out names. How many times have we heard stories about people like that where initially, before they were successful, they just looked like they were just doing, it was rebellious what they were doing, right? It didn't follow the straight and narrow. They were doing their own damn thing. But once it became successful, then they were coined a visionary. So what do you need to do? What steps do you need to do in order to embrace your own inherent rebel, authentic, powerful self so that you can start to breathe, let your soul breathe again and bring color and creativity back into your life? If this isn't a specific, there's something specific. I'm actually catching on that many of you, oh my God, and then we had Kyanite, which is all about living and speaking authentically. It all comes full circle. Anyways, I'm actually getting that many of you who selected this pile, you may not have had something specific in mind per se, but you just felt called to this pile. If that's you, this message is absolutely for you. How can you create the life that you want? Screw what your family history tells you. Screw what any negative emotions tell you. How can you surrender to your power? How can you be a visionary within your own life? Because I am telling you, for the Tower reversed, which is a powerfully positive, it feels terrifying in the moment. It does. But afterwards, you're able to be like, oh my gosh, okay, it all turned out really, really, really positive, actually. It was really scary in the moment. Or really anxiety provoking in the moment, but this was actually really fantastic. Life changing, okay? So life changing drastically for the positive. And then we have Bridget, goddess of creativity, next to the King of Wands, next to the Magician. My whole job is to put it into words, and my job is so hard sometimes, guys, because I can't even express how powerful this spread is. This is so dynamic and beautiful, and it's just, you are some of the most powerfully positive and powerfully creative and powerful, just powerful. You guys are powerful. I think that actually even came through earlier, one of the messages. You guys are so powerful. You just have to let go and pick it up. Pick up the wand. This video right now, oh, this gives me chills. This video right now is the universe coming through and giving you a magic wand and reminding you, hey, you are holding a magic freaking wand that only answers to you. If anything in your life has been feeling lackluster, maybe look back at the source. Who did you give that wand over to? Who did you give that power over to? Was it your family who had unrealistic expectations, or maybe a partner that was trying to force you into being a certain way? I do get for most of you, it was some kind of, cups are emotions and relationships with other people. So I'm getting that there's, for many of you, several people, but at least one relationship in your life, potentially even the relationship you have with yourself and your own self-doubt and your own inner critic, that you've been giving the wand over to, that you've been giving the paintbrush to, the crowns to, right? Whatever mode of creativity, of art that you use. Where did that start? Go back and actually think about it. When did you give that wand, that brush away? And it's no wonder things feel lackluster, because they're not doing it right. Because you are the one you are the only one who can use that wand and who can use that brush. This is a golden opportunity for you right now. Whatever this situation is, I see fears and anxiety, and there is definitely a need to defend yourself. The Seven of Wands comes after a period of victory. So whether you feel it or not, whatever skills this involves, you are incredibly victorious within it. Like you are a master in the making. Okay? You are a master in the making, and I do see you got to defend it, because look, it's Seven of Wands. It's like defending your victory, because other people sometimes get jealous or want to take it away from you or tell you that you're wrong. Stop letting other people tell you that you're wrong. You're not. They can mind their own business. Their life has nothing to do with you. Or their opinions have nothing to do with your life, okay? Big, powerfully positive change and shift coming in for you. Take your passion back. Yeah, take your power back. Take your wand back, your brush back, your pencil back, whatever it is that you use. And what does your world look like? The universe is like, here's a canvas. Be a rebel, be a visionary, and build whatever you freaking want. I'm trying not to swear too much on my channel, but sometimes it is really hard. Okay. This is a golden opportunity. And yes, there may be fears and anxiety, but this is like, whatever this situation involves, the universe is giving you your wand back and is telling you, or showing you rather, look at how black and white and boring your life is when you give away your power. Look. And the answer to get out of this is to be a rebel, to live your own damn life, and as challenging as it sounds, practice working on leaning into it, right? The bike story with the bullies. Or if you need to make a turn in your life, you gotta lean into it, or else you're gonna fall on your face. Speaking from experience, literally so much dirt everywhere. Anyways, pile number 2. This is very powerful, and I hope that you seize this opportunity to create the world that you want. The very least, the very, very, very least, please just daydream about it for me. Okay? Like, just daydream about it. That's all you gotta do. You don't even have to do any crazy ass steps yet, okay? Just daydream for me. Maybe think what this could look like if you colored it in. Where is your rebel power trying to take you? Because it is time to get in alignment with that truth. The truth of who you are and your creative power. Damn! Wow! Pile 2! You guys are dope. I love this. I hope that this reading has helped you. This is all that I am seeing for you. I would love to hear what this is about, so please feel free to comment down below. I love chatting with you guys in the comments. And of course, if you haven't already and your vibes vibe with my vibes, go ahead and subscribe, join the tribe, and just boop that like button down below so that I know that you liked this video. Otherwise, until next time, my friends, bye. Hello, beautiful pile threes, and welcome. Can I just say, pile 3, your energy, so feminine, so creative. Don't take any personal offense to that if you don't identify with either of those things. No, yeah, wow, the energy is just very, very present. I'm most likely speaking to a lot of fellow mystics, esoterics, tarot readers, etc. So hey, shout out. You guys selected the pile with this polychrome jasper here. Okay. We'll put this, sorry, hopefully that wasn't loud. Okay, so isn't this so nifty? I didn't plan that. I didn't plan that at all. This is just like a meditation incense piece that I was like, this looks really nice, I'm gonna use this, and then it ended up being perfect for holding crystals. I was like, oh, happy surprises. Okay. All right, couple things right off the bat, just kind of in concurrence with things are just clicking now, I understand. In concurrence with what I said initially about the feminine energy, the truth of this situation, or some kind of truth deep inside of you, has to do with the divine feminine, because I filmed the first 2 piles like a couple days ago, and I couldn't sit down and do this pile until after I did a couple meditations, and I really felt heavily guided to work on my own feminine energy. I had no idea that it was tied to this at all, but it makes sense now that I'm sitting here. So I'm very curious to see. This card is going to show us the overall answer. I'm hearing many of you want a yes or a no. Curious. Okay. This is going to give us the overall insight and answer into what the truth of your situation is in your heart and in your mind right now. And then, of course, as you know, we will pull some more cards. So let's take a look. I'm very curious. Ooh, okay. Ishtar, also known as Ishtara. Communion. That is cool. Okay, so remember how I said it felt like I was talking to fellow like mystics, esoteric, spiritual types? Hello, welcome again to my space. The truth of this situation you are unable to see and is being negatively, maybe not even negatively influenced, but at least blocked from you being able to accurately read and interpret right now, because you guys are disconnected. Look at her upright. So this is the card of communion. She has her aura. She has her third eye here, like all this purity, these divination tools that give her keys and access to wisdom. Whenever this card comes up, this talks about tapping in to your inner intuitive and also tapping into the present moment so that you can become aware of the signs and the signals. So the universe has been trying to talk to you guys, your spirit guides. Ooh, yeah, okay. So some of you guys, that's where that strong spiritual presence is coming from as well. It's your spiritual team. Like, hey, we need to reconnect. Not even for the sake of that A plus B equals finding the answer intention, so much as it is your soul wants to come home. Wow. I'm seeing that something that will be very important for your healing and something that can really kickstart helping you is connecting with either a sunrise or a sunset for a couple days. Just having that be your way to find an inner sense of enlightenment, just as it again, not as the goal, but it's going to be an indirect consequence of you spending time in nature and appreciating nature for what it has to give you. So the answer is already within, but ultimately though, so maybe that was what the yes or no was about? I don't know, we'll have to see. Ultimately though, the truth of this situation is that you are disconnected, my loves. Trust me, I get it. I don't know if you heard in the intro, but I just went through crazy health stuff. So much fear and anxiety, like panic attacks on the regular. Like, it was crazy, okay? It was a very scary time. And during that time, because it was so like threatening, I guess, my fight or flight really took over. And when we are in survival mode, we disconnect. So maybe, unfortunately, I mean, I hope not, but unfortunately, I feel like many of you might be in a similar situation. Or you're just so busy and overwhelmed that you've just fallen out of touch. And that's okay. This message isn't coming through for your team or for the universe, for spirit to shame you. It has nothing to do with that. It's just like they're gently knocking on your forehead, on your third eye. They're like, hey, we miss you. You're feeling out of whack because you're not spiritually protected as you could be right now. Also, you're very disconnected. Let us back into your life, please. I don't know why that was kind of silly, but yeah, I guess that's spirit for you. Anyways, okay, so speaking of the spirit of things, this is a timeless reading, so it's good for whenever you find it, but I just so happened to be filming during Pride. So in the spirit of that, one of the decks I'm using is Pride Tarot. So I love this deck. It's so colorful. So beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's crazy that I said it's so colorful. And one of the few cards, there's only like, I think 3. I could be wrong, but I think 3 cards in the deck are purely black and white. Although she does have a little bit, oh look, yeah, she has a little rainbow on her shoulder right there. Let me get a clarifier for this. Whoa! Oh, there we go. Okay. Page of Pentacles. What is the truth of this situation? Oh, wow. And then the Lovers and the 3 of Cups. Ooh, look at all these rainbows over here. Oh my god, and all these feathers. Ugh, feathers. Oh, also, all of these rainbows, if you ever need to feel like a quick, and I guess it doesn't have to be a quick meditation, but if you need like a really quick healing aura cleanse and recharge, imagine your entire body just covered in rainbows, because a rainbow is the refraction of pure light. So you can also do pure light, but I like to use rainbows a lot of the time. So yeah, you need to strengthen your spiritual protection. What is the truth of this situation? Ooh, yeah, you guys are blocked. What is the truth of the situation? Okay. So we have 2 of Cups. What? Look at this. It's like an angel right here dropping this down into this cup here. Oh. You guys might be overwhelmed with emotion right now. Some of you are doing some shadow work, and maybe we're getting a little lost in the shadow work, so to speak. Yeah, your spiritual team, man. However you connect with nature, be it hiking, spirit walks, even just walking outside barefoot is a really great way to connect with spirit, because your spirit is nature. So the more time that we spend in nature, the more that we reconnect. I always say one more card and then I always get so many. I need to just stop saying it. Truth of this situation, please, for pile 3. Something with feminine energy here. Oh yeah, see? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. All right. And then back of the deck energy, we have 9 of Wands reversed. So many of you, I'm getting that many of you want to give up, or you have like a boss or like a strong feminine presence in your life that's trying to block you, that is blocking you, and or your disconnect combined with looks like you are disconnected from your feminine energy. That's your answer. You got to reconnect with your feminine energy, and I'm seeing that that is going to take some serious shadow work, supported emotional healing. I keep looking at this Page of Pentacles, and yeah, the fact that it's all pink, very feminine. This is also, I'm seeing a fertile time for ideas. There's a female figure in your life that is blocking you, and you're not seeing it, and this feminine, strong feminine energy, this strong feminine energy, she is jealous, which is very fear-based, because she feels like she won't have enough if you get what you want, because you want a lot of the same things that she wants. So it's a lack instead of an abundance mindset, instead of seeing things as endless abundance and endless love. I mean, think about Mother Earth. She endlessly gives. We harm her as humans every day, but she still endlessly gives. We still get nutrients from her. She still recycles our waste, our dead, our decay. She takes all of that in for us, and then she churns it up and gives us nutrients, things that feed animals, things that clean the air. Like, she's constantly nurturing us. So maybe that is why those nature messages came through, because that will also help you. That's how you balance it out. Okay. That will be what really helps you get out of this line of fire, because it will set you apart from her energetically, and it will begin to block her energetically, because she'll be down here in this fear-based lack of abundance mindset, and you'll be way up here, like even off the frame with that abundance mindset. Now, I am also feeling called to say I'm not allowed to perceive the whole picture here. And Spirit is doing this, your team nature is doing this as a little bit of it's a little cheeky, to be honest, but it's unconditional love. Like, it's a pure thing, but it's kind of like dangling a carrot in front of you a little bit. They're trying to motivate you. They're trying to help you, encourage you, get back into your spirit. Reconnect with your spirit, your inner child even. That can really help as well. Shadow work can help. It will be different for each of you, but at the end of the day, you're disconnected, my dudes. You are disconnected. And here's why. Because you see all of this color, and then you have this one black and white. This one black and white one with the little streak of rainbow on it. You may be feeling lackluster in life right now. And if that's the case, then that's even greater of a confirmation for you to reconnect with your spiritual team. But do you see how it kind of looks like there's a piece of the picture that's missing? Like, it's not connected to the big picture, which is an excellent metaphor, Spirit. Thank you. Because you also are disconnected from the big picture. It's also saying not to rush things. So it's that paradox where as soon as you stop trying to force something or rush something, it will just kind of land in your lap, so to speak, so long as you put in the spiritual and energetic work. You have to receive. This angel is dropping down love into this cup. Hold up your cup. Ooh, and she's holding this up as well. But what's interesting is, okay, so you are giving a lot in the 3D right now, and Spirit really wants to give to you, wants you to receive emotionally. I'm hearing emotional fulfillment and hope and just like a warmth back in your heart. You know that feeling of comfort? It's almost primal, which makes sense because our ancestors spent a lot of time around the campfire. But you know, if you're around a crackling campfire or fireplace, there's just that sense of comfort and safety and relief. It's almost primal, right? Maybe that's absolutely another message too, that will also connect you with nature. And that's what this is going to feel like when you reconnect with them. But you have to choose to receive it. You have to choose to sit next to the fire and hear the stories that your ancestors want to tell you, that your spiritual team want to tell you. They're calling you back home. That's the truth of this situation. And I'm also seeing whatever this little blip is, whatever this out of sync, we'll call it, hurts my heart. Oh yeah, they're in a lot of pain. Just because they're in pain doesn't justify them treating you inappropriately or like trash or whatever, right? But I am seeing that they're in a lot of pain. So your spiritual team is like, hey, you are giving a little too much in this situation. There's some misguided stuff here. It's so interesting that the whole point of you clicking on this is finding the truth of the situation, and Spirit's like, I'll tell you when you meditate, or watch the sunset or watch the sunrise. Yeah. There's some female relationship. She is blocking you. I don't want to feed into her energy too much, but I am very curious because I feel like we have this huge missing piece, because we have the Two of Cups, the Lovers, and the Three of Cups. What are we we gotta clarify this. Well, actually, I didn't use this deck for the other piles, but I did feel called to bring it out, so I guess it makes sense. Okay, Spirit. What are these cups and the Lovers card about? What are we missing here? No way. You got the Hierophant. All right. Let's see. Okay, we'll put her right here. I can't tell if that has a glare or not, but I'm going to guess it does because it normally does over there. Okay. They really don't want me to tell you. Yeah. Okay, I think they don't want me to tell you because it's like they need to hear it from us kind of message. It's not as bad as you think it is. I am seeing that it may look, you may be perceiving it one way when it actually is another way. It is, whatever this is outside of your control, which makes, oh my gosh, and the moon? Are you kidding me? For whatever reason, this part of my spiritual journey, oh yeah, there's something it's something to do with your social world though. Even if it's a boss, somehow you're still being affected on a social level. Someone is effing with your social situation, and that could even be carrying over into work because it is the Queen of Pentacles. Even though you're a very hard worker, I see that you're a great friend. You have got excellent positive energy, and you will be feeling you will be love. that's how good that you will feel once you reconnect with your gifts, with your abilities. You guys are powerful healers. I do see that. But oh, this is so frustrating. And this is why I have beef with the moon at this point in my spiritual journey. Whenever I see the moon, it's just like, oh, okay, I get it. Because it just feels a little snarky. It's definitely not. That's me just projecting my own shit onto it. But every time I see the moon, it's like illusions. You're not seeing everything. You need to tap into your intuition. And then you get the Hierophant. Like, I don't... You got every single card possible that's like, hey, knock knock, tap into your intuition. You got your clarifiers were 2 major arcana cards. A lot of this, though, even if you choose where you're like, you know what, I am not feeling ready to reconnect. I'm not feeling ready to nourish, even with baby steps. Okay? Then a huge message screaming through is that if you do anything, choose love. Love for yourself first, and then love for others. Don't overgive of yourself, okay? But yeah, choose love. Seriously, 2 major arcana, life-changing level, huge kind of energy. Your life is being heavily impacted by this situation. As your clarifiers, you get the 2. Also, though, you get the 2 most feminine ones in the deck. The Moon and the High Priestess. Okay. And then you have Ishtar. Okay. I mean, say it again. I'll say it a million times. You cannot make this up. Okay, guys. I'm also seeing, though, your spiritual team, they're so desperate to talk to you. And your spirit. It's like your spirit is crying out too. It's like you have her in hibernation. Whether you're a boy or not, doesn't matter. That, yeah, your feminine side has been dormant for a long time. And it's time for you to show some self-care there. Show some love there. Also, if any of you astral travel intentionally, now's not the time to do it because you're too disconnected and it won't be energetically safe or ideal for you. And if you feel like you astral project when you sleep, just say a little prayer or set an intention before you go to sleep and you will be protected. It will be just fine. But something is in the works here and you really need to go in and listen to your intuition to get the big picture and to get the guidance. Okay, so, and dream journal. I'm also, these are just like random little blips because it's like your spiritual teams are like, they're not going to listen to all of this. Not right now. Some of them might, but throw out all these little suggestions so that people can just pick whichever flower of guidance they want. You can pick as many flowers of guidance as you want from this, right? But scripting. There's a need to incorporate scripting within your manifesting, and that will really help you as well. If your manifestations have been delayed, yeah, I am seeing delays here, and slow, yeah. You'll get your answer by going within and meditating, listening, doing what makes your spirit feel full. If you have a big choice to make, be careful not to be swayed by other people. Be particularly vigilant if there's a strong feminine energy or strong feminine presence in your life that is just a negative influence. Like they're so out of balance that they're making you question whether or not you should choose what you love, what you should choose that's authentic. You will end up, in the end, you will make the choice that will bring you the most joy and celebration. I see you guys even ending up getting more friends as a result of this celebration, non-judgmental friends too. Because look, we have in this card, she's alone. In this card, she's alone. In these two cards, you have groups of people. So yeah, go within, meditate, spend that time alone. And the more that you connect with your feminine energy and your spiritual energy, the more that all of the pieces of this puzzle will fill in. You just have to choose to receive it, and you have to choose love and choosing to receive love as well. And spiritual protection, choose to receive your spiritual protection, okay? Free will is the thing. So if you don't allow it, if you don't surrender to it, then there's only so much that the universe can do for you, okay? The High Priestess, Ishtaret, and the Moon. Yeah. It's like the message that they're telling me directly is don't let them cop out by doing YouTube readings. We're not going to let them see the big picture or see the whole picture. They're going to keep that one little carrot puzzle piece so that you go within and you just reconnect, okay? Just something simple, watching a sunset or a sunrise, reconnecting with nature. Look, she's barefoot. Yes, walking barefoot would be really, really good. I'm seeing even for my witchy types out there, there is magic in drinking things that are fermented. So sometimes before readings, to kind of help elevate my vibes and connect me, I will drink kombucha. That's a great way to connect. But anyways, pile 3. Oh, and 3 is like a number of the number of the Empress, feminine energy. Please comment down below and let me know what this is about. I hope that this makes sense. Because yeah, I'm sorry they won't let me give the answer. I want to know what the answer is, damn it. But anyways, pile 3, I hope that somehow this still helped you and it offered you the guidance and the support that you needed at this time. If you haven't already and your vibes vibe with my vibes, go ahead and subscribe, join the tribe. And of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and press that like button down below so that I know that you want to see more videos like this and or that you enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, my gorgeous, beautiful pile number 4s. Welcome to your reading. May I just say, whew, right off the bat, it's like chariot energy, honestly. It's very fast paced, very driven, very forward oriented. I wouldn't say it's not like antsy or restless. It's not antsy or restless. Part of that kind of fast moving energy spectrum. It's very just fast moving. So the truth of this situation, something to do with fast moving energy. Woo! Okay. Now, you guys selected this pile. I believe this is a tape of agate, but I could be wrong. So please comment down below. This is the wonderful, stunning crystal you guys selected. I don't think I've had her out on the channel for a while. There we go. Okay, I am really excited, probably because your energy is so fast and I'm an impatient person. So we same right now, boo-boos. Just kidding, kind of. I really want to see what's in store for you. Let's see. This card is going to show us the overall truth and reality of your situation, and then of course we will dive deeper from there. Ooh! Okay. Oh my god, and you guys are pile 4 and this is number 44. Some of you guys are going back to school, and the truth of this situation, it's like you're excited, or there's something new to be learned here, be it it's like school or a new skill, a new hobby that you're picking up, a new instrument. You're reaching a higher level of mastery. Now, Saraswati is also the goddess of, oh, and that makes sense with the fast. She is also the goddess that helps with communication, and that includes messaging in today's technology kind of world. So this has something to do with learning, stability, building a foundation, shining your light. This is something that fulfills you. This urge forward. It's like I said, it's not frantic, it's not out of balance. It's just, it's like a fresh gust of wind. Like it's just nature. And you need to let it carry you and see where it takes you, because you are listening to divine guidance. I have goosebumps. Did you guys just figure something out, or have a new idea to start or try something new? This is wonderful. It is time for you to blossom, my loves. For my younger crew, Okay, hang on. Younger crew, people just getting out of a marriage. God bless. Because if you did, it's for good reason. Or you're finally feeling like that trauma has healed, that heartbreak has healed. Or some of you just got married. I'm like, you're very excited. You guys, this has to do with wisdom, smarts, communication. And it's interesting that this is such a fast-moving energy, and you have 44 and you're number 4. Keep organized, okay? That's a piece of guidance that's coming through. Keep things organized and compartmentalize as necessary, because you will have a lot. Both of our hands are full. That looks like a beaker and a ukulele, guitar, piano thing. I don't know what all of these things are, but it's definitely more than one thing. And she is handling it like a boss. This is alchemy. This is transmutation. So this could be healing as well. Whatever this is, though, this is inspiration. It kind of feels like the Ace of Wands, but more stable somehow. Oh, okay. I'm looking forward to. Let's get some more clarity and insight. Spirit, what's the truth of this situation? Okay, yeah. Many of you are an answer here, or a steady rock for you to hold on to mentally and emotionally throughout this process. Especially because there's a big life change happening in a positive way, for sure. You're getting new foundation set for it. But 9 of Pentacles reversed, that can talk about being maybe a little over-dependent, or on the opposite side of that, because it's out of balance, maybe the 9 of Pentacles upright traditionally is a very, independent, strong, lives a life of luxury. There might be some overindulgence going on. Let's get another clarifier. Wow, that one thought about it. You really need to tap into your inner confidence at this time, though. Oh, do ya? 5 of Swords. Slay those demons, and look at that. Back of the deck energy. I told you it felt like Chariot. Oh, I love it. Big change happening here. Increased dependence. Dependence? Okay. Increased dependence. Okay, so, okay. If you're going to school, starting a new job, learning a new skill, there's a need to not cast others out and to have a community focus. Big community focus, very collaborative focus. Yeah, don't try and do this all by yourself, whatever this is. Like, you will still maintain your independence, right? This isn't about sacrificing independence for codependence. No. It's maintaining your independence and then elevating it even higher to contributing and collaborating your independence with at least, 5 other people's, or just like a group of other people's independence. And then you guys come together, and as a whole, as a group, you guys create something more, something bigger than yourself. Big science energy here too. Saraswati's big with communication, science. If you ever want to connect with her, ammonite. Where's my ammonite? Ammonite is a really excellent crystal to connect with her if you want to meditate with that. This is such an inspirational energy. I feel like, damn, I might have to have a little meditation session with my ammonite and Saraswati. Woo! So, yes. Codependence can no longer be a thing. And with codependence, it's like you need the other person. You don't need the other person. You want the other person. You value the other person. You cherish the other person. Peoples, right? So if you're going to cast something into the shadows, cast your doubts. You have 2 people in your past who they have complicated feelings about this new enlightenment, it's like an aha moment. It's very intellectual too, whatever this is. It's collaborative energy, bouncing ideas off of other people. And because this just looks like the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords talks about truth and victory and insight and clarity. Like, you can finally see things clearly. And you have some people in your past that won't be coming with you, at least not yet, amidst this change. And they're not necessarily important people, okay? So don't panic. It's not like I'm saying like your brother and your best friend or something, like they will come with. It's not that. Try to listen to your intuition over your fear. But there's just a couple people, at least 2 people, that Spirit wants to tell you, like, hey, they're not going to be coming with you in this journey. Don't let that dissuade you. Still shine your light. Look, she's radiating. They are radiating, shining with light and authenticity, and very focused on the goal. Look at the way that she looks at what she's creating. Look at the way that they look at what they're holding. Stay focused on that. Don't let fears, doubts, or even patterns, if not people, for most of you it will be people, but if not people from your past, 2 really huge negative core beliefs or really, really life impactful bad habits, that's going to be leaving your life because you, my friends, you are like, okay, mental stability is coming in for me. I can see things clearly. I communicate clearly. If you've been having a hard time communicating with other people, Saraswati is coming to you. She's like, sit with me, receive my energy, meditate with me, welcome me into your space. I'm here for you. I can help you. And if you've been having any technical difficulties, side note, she's also coming through and saying, hey, I can help you. If I remember correctly, she's also a very devoted partner. If I remember correctly. I can't remember if that's her lore specifically or not. But regardless, that is something, that devotion is coming through. Okay. Even if you say you are in the boat where you just started a new marriage, or maybe you just met a new best friend, or, whatever. Yes, this is going to be a stable thing for you. Yes, you guys are a good match, yada, yada. Here's the thing, though. The trick is not to necessarily be devoted more to what you want to create, than to the person. I know that sounds bad. It's not saying be disloyal or anything crazy like that, but it's just saying like, oh gosh, yeah, there's so much stability here, and it's because she's not clinging to anyone. She's focused on what she wants to create. This is alchemy, this is healing, this is mastery, this is skill development. If you're like, hey, should I, take this class, or should I start learning this, etc., etc., whatever it is, yes, absolutely. And it will bring in a lot of positive mental change, balance, equanimity. Is that a word? Equanimity? Equanimity? I don't know. I'm just channeling. Take it as you will. But these 4 swords and then these demons in her past, like, mental stability is coming in for you. That is the change that's coming in. Just stay focused on this creation process, on this intellectually stimulating process. So maybe stay devoted to the idea of maintaining a healthy relationship, friendship, etc. If that's the thing, right? Because that codependence message, avoiding codependence message did come through. Oh my gosh. So I just picked up this deck. This is the other deck that I'm using. And this was the back of the deck energy. This is a rocket taking off. And this is like this big machine that was built. So many of you you're learning something. This has to do with learning. Starting on the path of mastery or elevating to the next level of mastery. Don't let other people dissuade you. Don't even... Ooh, if this is a new idea that you have, don't tell more than 2 people. Do not tell more than 2 people, okay? Because it'll invite in too many conflicting energies. I mean, if you already have, it's okay, but just as far as like your confidants, if anything, you should probably keep it to yourself for as long as possible. But this is like Spirit's like, I want them to stay balanced, and if we take this thing and we allow other people to divert our gaze, that's going to distract us from the path. I hope that makes sense. Let's draw some more cards. It's so odd. It's exhilarating, this sensation. Victory and success. We got the Chariot. Determination. Ooh, yes. It's a yummy feeling, I'll tell you that much. Wow. Okay, so definitely try not to overthink things. Let's see here. So we got the King of Wands. The King of Wands and the 9 of Cups, the wish fulfillment card. You guys, a wish is coming true. Also, I'm getting, like, he's very obviously not a chameleon. But oh my god, and it looks like, yeah, he's holding a wand. What did I say? But anyways, but he's not a chameleon, right? But he's not pure one thing or another. Hold that thought, because he's not limited to a label, to an idea. Also, he is a leader. He is a visionary, very charismatic. Let's put that right there. This is very passionate and powerful stuff. So, okay, and then for this one, so we have, I'm not going to take the bottom 2, well, yeah, okay, I guess I will, because it does talk about, okay, all right, never mind. 6 of Cups, this talks about nostalgia, right, being in your feels, reflecting on memories. But do you remember that message that came through earlier where it was like, don't focus on your past. You got to stay focused on what you want to achieve, on this creation, you have to stay devoted intellectually, and you have to devote your mind and intelligence to whatever this thing is. And if you allow that devotion of attention, things will flourish so quickly. I am telling you, this energy is like, I'm windswept. but I also feel like my feet are 100% firmly, confidently on the ground. It is a bizarre sensation. So don't rely on others for a confirmation or for your confidence. Okay, you can collaborate with other people that are on the same page as you. So with the past here. So these cards came up with the Wheel of Fortune reversed and then the King of Swords reversed. And this is just saying, again, keep your devotion to the attention of everything that we already talked about, right? Your vision, what you want to create, your wish fulfillment, what you want to create. I wanted to come through again. If you get caught up in the past, then you're going to run into some bad luck. Yeah, look, it's like these two people flipped her upside down. That's interesting, because we had the direct message about the two people coming through there. And then we have the King of Swords in reverse. So they will cloud your thinking. They will make you doubt yourself when this energy, you guys, it's so yummy. It's so good. And empowering and inspiring. I don't think I've ever felt so inspired. But for real, this is phenomenal. Oh yeah, look. Okay, so if you start to get distracted, he has his eyes closed and he's feeling his like he's sensing the wand, the magic that is in front of him, as well as the crown on his head. And the fact that he's an animal, like kind of cat-like, calls out to me. The goddess Bastet might be, if you're interested in learning more about deities or you like ancient Egyptian culture, Bastet would be amazing for you to connect to. This is coming through as a confirmation of Bastet is all about, well, she's a goddess of cats. The cats are, symbolic of her, but also of pleasure. So whatever this is, it's going to bring you so much pleasure. It's your passion. It's igniting you. So if this reminiscing on the past or mental conflict, again, because of the past, be it patterns, people, whatever it is, memories, the advice here is just close your eyes, connect without those primal, because like feline nature. So you know how a cat moves when it's stalking its prey? Visualize that. Think about that. Distract your mind and literally think about what like giant cats, like lions or panthers, or I love giant cat energy. They are majestic. Okay, so tap back into that primal connection where you are stalking, I guess, like a cat, like a big, powerful, queen, king, going after their passion and their energy. If you start to feel distracted, just close your eyes and go back into that sensation of creating and dedication to your wish fulfillment. I am just now realizing we have all of this fish creature, sea creature energy here, and it's out of water. And then the warning sign, you have these huge sea creatures all in water. What that is showing me is when you're tapping back into the feelings, okay, like you're tapping out of feelings and back into inspiration. So if feelings of doubt start to come up, you have to replace it if you're going to feel anything. In order to manifest this correctly, devotion of attention to what you want, to learning, okay? It doesn't even have to be manifestation in the sense of you're 100% decided on what you want to manifest. No. It can be more of a co-creation discovery process. And I'm actually seeing that for you. Just don't allow a love of other people, misguide you. And try not to, because it will throw bad luck in your way, throw you off your path in a huge way, because the Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana, and mess up your mental stability that you have achieved like so severely. So bad luck in a long-standing way, and overthinking, intrusive thoughts, just cloudy thinking, frustration. If you get lost in the past, if you get lost in the idea of what could have been, instead of, again, devotion of attention. So, yeah, just stay grounded in that. And that's the other thing too. This is all very intellectual, and when it's not intellectual, it's passion focused, okay? So if you want to feel something, if you start to get caught in your feels when you're missing things, or you're stuck in the past, you got to cut it away. And if you can't cut it away, you have to replace it. You have to override it with this sensation of destiny calling you. Whatever this is, it's like written in the stars for you. This is, oh my God. How did I not see this earlier? This is alignment of a piece of your soul, if not your whole soul, it'll vary, okay, with your life purpose. The reason that your soul was put on this planet, it is becoming aligned with your mind, and you're going to be able to, that's why she's shining so brightly. She's like, oh my God, I was born for this. So reconnect with that inspiration. If you're going to feel anything, you have to replace it with the feeling of inspiration or curiosity about what it would feel like what if everything works out. Replacing negative what ifs because of past behaviors, yada yada. No, just switch it. What if everything works out? Because this is a stunning omen of success and victory and power. And again, remember, because you might be cutting people out of your life, especially if they're particularly negative or jealous types, okay? Again, it can be temporary. This is just a 5 and it's swords. So it could just be in the very beginning stages of this process, okay? Because you don't need to, your energy can't be wasted on them. Okay, if it does, it'll kick you out of alignment with what you are meant for. Remember how we had the 2 figures here in the Wheel of Fortune that flipped her upside down? Oh my gosh, and she's holding a bow and arrow. Okay, if you had a bow and arrow and you could print something or draw something, print something up and tape it to the wall, or draw something to the wall of what you want, what this is for you, what this symbolizes for you. And you go to the other side of the room, you pull back your arrow. What is going to happen if someone distracts you when you're trying to aim? Someone's going to get hurt. Or at the very least, you're going to miss your mark, right? So come back to that kind of guided sensation. If that metaphor helps you, be like, okay, if my thoughts were arrows, where would they be landing right now? And how can I keep them on target? I'm not seeing, so that guidance is coming through really strongly because some of you are going to feel that very strong emotional pull, probably because of past habits and or an inability to like wanting to kind of shut these people out just temporarily. This is such an important thing for you to pursue. Whatever this situation involves, it's so important. It is a part of your soul purpose. Oh, so much passion here too. So yeah. Oh, okay. I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm gonna stop now while I can. But, oh, just to wrap up though, most of you aren't going to struggle with, getting lost or distracted and negative thoughts. Most of you are just going to be so in love with what you're doing and excited and just thrilled by what you're doing. And you're going to feel so grounded in that people aren't going to be able to pull your gaze away even if they wanted to. That's another reason why these are dark figures and they're not colored in. It's kind of like how when you're super focused on something and someone's trying to talk to you and they say your name and you're like, what? And they're like, I've been trying to talk to you for the last 2 minutes. What? And you're just like, oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. That level of focus, that level of attention, engagement in what you're doing, what you want to create, what inner power you can tap into and share with the world. You are going to become a master, a leader within whatever field this is, within whatever it is. Even if it's like you're just moving out of the house, or being liberated from something. It's like this new thing then. Maybe it's not a project. But it's your next part of life, your next chapter of life. Doesn't have to be isolated to a single thing. Or it could even be both. It could be a new project and a new chapter of life. I could absolutely see that because she has several things here, right? So this is coming into alignment with your soul purpose. You and only you can do this. This is a part of who you are as a person, whatever this thing is. And I'm getting it's a thing. It's not a person. Okay? It's a thing, it's not a person. So even if it's like starting a new marriage or getting a new friend or whatever, it's not necessarily like being married to that person as a part of your soul purpose. I mean, it could be, but the message is more so that like what you are involved in this part of your life and what you want to create, engaging in that is a part of your soul purpose. For most of you though, this has got to do with like science, school, education, learning, something like that. Just stay focused. Stay focused, babes. Oh, goodness, you get this. And it will be easy for you. It will come easy to you. Yes, there will be a certain extent of challenge because if something is incredibly easy, we lose interest in it, right? It has to have that right amount of challenge where yeah, you might be stepping outside of your comfort zone, but you still have just enough confidence to be like, no, I can figure this out. This is interesting. Let's figure this out. But yeah, tell me what this is about. Comment down below. I'm not seeing anything else for you guys. I haven't felt guided to use the runes in this video. I think it's just because it would be for each pile so far, it would be overkill if I used the runes too. Spirit wants to keep things just concise, and introducing runes would overwhelm things. That has a message though. Yeah, remember to just, because that message of stay organized and compartmentalize. Yes, that'll help prevent feelings of overwhelm and distraction. I love it. I love it so much. All right, you guys, this is all I'm seeing for you. If you haven't already, and your vibes vibe with my vibes, go ahead and subscribe. Join the tribe. Otherwise, until next time, bye guys. Hello, sweet souls who selected pile number 5. Welcome to your reading. You guys selected this polished septarian nodule. Lots of possibility here. A couple things, as well as possibility. The truth of this situation, there's something about it that has felt disappointing. There's been some kind of loss, at least that you've gone through, if not about this situation specifically. And I'm feeling that you guys need a little bit of a pick-me-up because I'm filming this a day later from the last pile and trying to get I don't know if you can see all the extra like black that's in there, but trying to get the candle to light. Excuse me, throat chakra. Trying to get the candle to light literally took me like maybe 10 minutes. And eventually I had to take a pair of tweezers, pick the wick. It had bent and molded into the wax, and pick it back up before I could light it. You know me, no such thing as coincidences. So I am getting that there's something about this situation where that will resonate with you. We're going to start with this deck, and then this video is good for whenever you're finding it, but I just so happen to be filming this around the time of Pride, so I will also be using my Pride tarot deck, and we'll see other decks wanting to come to play from there. But there's something with like disappointment and possibility, something all right, I don't know. Let's jump in and find out. For your guys' card, Freya, Radical Acceptance. This is a cycle of disappointment that you are being reminded of because of this situation. There's a need to go within and to connect with your ancestors for the truest of answers. And there's also guidance here saying not to jump into any new changes. Don't rush into changing things or starting something new. Yeah, there's a need to wait. Work on yourself and heal a little bit first. Let's pull a few more cards here. It's like some of you feel like you're just wow, words. Whew. Okay, go work on grounding yourself. Go do a grounding meditation and send some love to your throat chakra as well. But it's like some of you feel as though, some of you are feeling like maybe you're cursed or predestined to repeat cycles of the past, be it from you or your family, your legacy. And those cycles are disappointment. And your heart, I see that your heart just feels a little closed off and heavy because it's just like, God, again? Another disappointment? I can't handle another disappointment. Another letdown. Another one thing appearing to be something and then ending up being something else entirely. What is the truth of... Whoop, that didn't want to come out. What's the truth of this situation? Wow. What is the truth of this situation? You know what? These are the exact same cards. I'm gonna, let me cleanse these. This was the exact same cards from one of the previous piles. Maybe you are coming from that pile, but... Oh, there we go. That's yummier. Okay. Pile number 5. What's the truth of their situation? Oh! Wow, okay. Well, can't make that up. Whew, all right. Ooh, okay, there we go. That's a little different. All right, yeah. So back of the deck energy here, we have the Sun reversed that talks about disappointment. For some of you, it may even be depression. My heart goes out to you if it is. I struggle with depression sometimes myself, so make sure that you are remembering to breathe and exist each day, okay? You got this. Just tell yourself that, even if you don't believe it. And remember to focus on the things that you love. Now, when you're focusing about the things that you love, think about the things, for example, I'm actually hearing that I shouldn't tell you my go-to. Okay. I won't tell you my specific example, my specific go-to. There's a follow-up message with that, but The reason why is because this needs to be, whatever this is, needs to be uniquely special to you. And you and this thing, there's a special bond there that no one else will ever compare to. Special memories there that no one else will ever compare to. Okay? That connection between you and this thing is very sacred. And no one else is allowed to touch it. Or I'll be damned if they try and interfere with this connection between you and this thing that means so deeply to you. There's a need to really just kind of throw yourself into, wow, I wish I could give an example, but Spirit doesn't want me to. Really just throw yourself into creating the examples that you want to create for yourself, that you want to live by, and by using this special bond connection that you have, and it's not with another person, okay? It cannot be with another person. It can't. And if you think it's with another person, Spirit is coming through and saying it has to be something else. And if you can't make it something else, then this might be a codependent relationship. No shade. Sorry, don't shoot the messenger. But it could be an animal, a familiar, a pet, a plant, an object that represents something to you, but not another person. Now, your connection with this person and your bond with this person, you need to focus on expanding your life from that point. So say it is a pet that this sacred bond is that you have. Okay, well, what are some activities that you and your pet can start to go on? This might be disappointment from another person, relationship, or maybe a rejection from a school or from a job. Those are the two main things I'm getting for most of you. And there's a need to go within and find your independence, but going within and finding your independence does not equal being lonely. So, say you have a special bond with art. You love to paint, you love to draw. Okay, well, how can you expand your life from that point? The whole point is to stop thinking about whatever this is. There's a need to detach from it, and ironically to not accept it, whatever this is, because of two reasons. One, because you deserve better than disappointment, damn it. But two, because whatever this is, it is temporary. I can tell you that much. It is temporary. Disconnecting from it entirely, though, and just focusing on enriching your life, with the starting point being something you have a sacred love for and a sacred bond with. Again, not a person that is so essential. I cannot say that enough. I don't care, not even a child. Okay? And I know pets are okay. Pets are okay. But no, human to human dynamics. All right, that's not what you need to fall into right now. The Nine of Pentacles, she is confident. She is strong. She stands on her own 2 feet. She lives a life of luxury. Oh, she feels glamorous. And it is time to do whatever you need to do, even if it means splurging a little bit. What's a hobby that you love that maybe you just haven't made enough time for? No such thing as having enough time. You will never have enough time for anything. That's not life, right? Life is making time for things. So this is all about, the truth of this situation is that you need to make time for yourself, to make your life feel glorious again, and to make your life feel whole again, independent of this person, this job, whatever this rejection, disappointment is. This is disappointment across the board. There's also a need, remember how I said not to rush into new beginnings? The Seven of Cups reversed is reinforcing that, because see how there's something different in every cup? This is a very daydreamy kind of cup, and it's just kind of like, okay, you got to trust your intuition, because you are living in a world of possibilities. You know, what could be in love in one cup could be victory in another, or a snake bite in another, you know, etc., etc. This disappointment has been so eclipsing for you that maybe that's why, okay, I won't say anything more, but you might have felt called to another pile, because a similar message came through within that pile of being your intuition you're disconnected from right now. And it's because you have suffered these negative patterns. And that's why this disappointment, looking at it as an isolated event, feels impossible for your soul to do, even if it is just an isolated event, because for some reason this is triggering something within you and within your heart and soul, and you are tying, for some of you, decades of negative cycles and negative outcomes and hopes being dashed into this isolated incident. For some of you, it's not isolated. For some of you, it might be a partner who just repeatedly betrays your trust. Okay, it's going to be distant. Yep. It's going to be different from all of you, but the point is to distance yourself from this, because even though it's temporary, you should not be trying to figure it out, because they have already received, this thing has already received far too much of your energy, and you cannot give that which you no longer have. And my friends, you guys no longer have that energy and that zest for life. At least if you do, I mean, I get the feeling if you're feeling really, really good about life, everything's feeling good, on top of the world, this might not be your bio. I don't know. You'd stick around and you probably felt called to it for a reason. But for a lot of you, you've either just gone through a really hard time, or you're going into one and you're just like, ugh. Well, whatever this is, you need to distance yourself from it temporarily by going into yourself, creating your own world, refocusing and reframing your habits and your behaviors on sharing a life of love with yourself, with a pet, or with like the art example that came through. Do you want to take art classes? Do you want to splurge and go buy a whole bunch of new paints? Or new canvases? Like, you do it. If you want to, splurge. Go for it. You can spoil yourself right now. Even if it feels irresponsible, if it's a little bit of irresponsible spending, that is perfectly okay right now, right? This is all temporarily speaking. Because you got to just rediscover that light within you first. That's more important than money. And that's more important than this person, this situation. Okay? So the truth of this situation, nope, it no longer deserves your attention. And it's also not energetically safe for you right now to try and push forward and try and find a solution, or try and create a change, or like, no, that message is coming through so strongly. Nothing new, no one new, just yourself and the things that you love. Let's pull, where's my other, oh, I guess my other deck doesn't want to be used. Each pile has been so unique and different. It's been very interesting. Oh my God, look. 9 of Pentacles. You guys, I don't even know if I need to shuffle. I don't even know if I need to shuffle more cards. This is a time of refining yourself, okay? This is a time of being independent and self-reliant and authentic. She may be a 9, but you bet your ass she is, and she feels like a 10. Okay, so she is a 10, just at the 9 stage of her journey. But regardless, it doesn't matter where she is at her journey. She is still a 10. For example, a great oak tree is still an oak tree, even when it's a little seed, even when it's a little sapling. So you're definitely not at the end of your journey, especially with regards to whatever this is. I'm hearing that many of you need that hopelessness kind of obliterated there for you. Some light needs to be shed on that. Like, you're not done with whatever this is. There's something else that needs to happen here, and I can't see what, and it's because it doesn't matter, and you're not allowed to see what, and neither am I, because it doesn't matter. What matters is you refining yourself in your life and shaping it and crafting it into what you want it to look like, into abundance and living her best life. Truth of this situation is, it's time to start living your best life. Ironically, there's a need to look at it from the point of, because sometimes the idea is very overwhelming, right? When we think about, I'm going to live my best life. That's a lot of pressure, like, oh my gosh, life is not one-dimensional. It's multi-layered, and to make every single layer the best it can feel overwhelming, especially when you might be feeling hopeless or overwhelmed, etc. We don't need to feed too much more energy into that. So going into it, just live your best life, at least temporarily. How can you think about it that way? Okay, this doesn't have to be a complete 180, change your whole life for forever. And no, work on elevating yourself, elevating your skills, and enjoying abundance, focusing on abundance, and growing your life literally in every single way outside of this thing in person. If this is you've just suffered a severe disappointment within a relationship, you guys are still together, or you're still friends, or whatever, they don't keep them very, very limited with this aspect of your life. You're not doing anything scandalous. You're not doing anything shady, right? Like, they don't, but at the same time, they've lost access to some of the deeper aspects of your heart right now. You need to let them bear that consequence. And that's also another part, because many of you have a habit of trying to protect this person from the consequences that they create because you love them. You'll know if this applies to you. If that's the case, that's another reason why you need to detach so much from this person and focus on your life emotionally, because it will inadvertently then allow this person to experience whatever kind of consequences they need to, and you don't have to witness it or feel it for them, especially if you are an empath. You need to distance yourself from them, and you need to focus on building up your self-worth and doing things in your life that you love. Even if it comes with a little bit of excessive spending, just a little bit splurging every now and then is okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. What is the truth of this situation? We got 6 of Pentacles. You are a giver. That's the truth. The truth is that you have been very generous, and now it is time to give yourself the generosity that, at least as of right now, has ended up not amounting to anything. You've given so much to this person, thing, situation, and I am disappointed for you. I'm hurting for you. But that's the point, right? Remember when I was telling you how it was hard to light the candle? It might be hard for you to rediscover that light within, right? Because it was so embedded in the wax, okay? And it was so embedded in, the emotions of it. So Cups here are in reverse, then we have 2 Pentacles over here upright. The truth is, you need to start focusing on your finances, focusing on your 3D world. Do something restorative for your body, even if it's just going to Jamba Juice or wherever there's like a juice, healthy juice place and spending a little extra and getting some really delicious, unnecessarily expensive juice or smoothie or something that you can sip on. Spoil yourself a little bit. Be generous with yourself. I'm also seeing a need for inner child work, and that is very, very interesting because I'm going to have another video coming out very soon because I've been feeling heavily called to do it. I actually got a specific deck for it that inspired the idea, but yeah, it's all about messages from your inner child and doing inner child work. So what makes your life feel fun? If your inner child was sitting in front of you right now, and again, there will be that video coming out, so you feel free. I'll link it down below, actually. I'll try and remember to do that. If I forget, just comment and remind me. But what would the little you want to do right now? What would the little you have to tell you about this situation? Because I can tell you for one thing, and especially speaking from my own experience with that deck and with my own inner child work, whenever I'm working through things with disappointment, especially if it's in, like, it feels like there wasn't a reward for the investment or the work put in, that should have its own word, because disappointment doesn't do something like that justice. Or is that just me? But the work that I've done personally, some of it has kids really don't think about it like that. They're so much wiser, because the message wasn't about getting lost and trying to solve this and figure it out. It was just like, hey, you're okay. Let's focus on making you feel okay. Ooh, yeah, that's strong. Okay. I want to see if we can get any final... Ooh, this is a good shuffle. This card is hard to shuffle. Any final messages about the truth of this situation? If it's a relationship, the truth of this situation doesn't matter right now. And it's not going to come to you, especially if you try and force it, until you fulfill your life in literally every single other way. I hear you, Spirit. Hang on, I just dropped all my cards. Oh yeah, look. Okay, we had the Empress and the Four of Wands. Cover that. Both come up, fall out in reverse. Do some healing, my friends. It's time to do some healing. I want to see if I can get one last message here to come through about this inner child work. Any other kind of guidance? Wow, Five of Pentacles. Okay, your inner self. Let's see. Where can we do this? We'll do that. There. It's just art, but, you know, YouTube be cray. Your independence is so essential to your well-being. Some of you, I do see a lot of rejection energy here, which feeds into that collaborative disappointment kind of energy. Many of you feel like there's nothing else out there for you, be it job, friends, relationship, whatever. And that is part of why Spirit is rerouting you right now and showing you what you have to offer yourself. And what you have to offer yourself, you'll be able to see once you start experiencing it. Go out and splurge on, like, what is something you love to do? Or that you've always wanted to learn how to do? Have you, just throwing out examples, maybe you've always wanted to learn how to sing. And how to get over performance anxiety and social anxiety. What classes can you take? What YouTube videos can you watch? There's a plethora, overwhelmingly so, amount of resources on the internet. Maybe some of you have always wanted to learn how to go rock climbing, or hell, you've just wanted to really cement a solid beauty and skincare routine, learn how to do your makeup a certain way. Stuff like that. Focus on making yourself feel beautiful, your spirit feel beautiful, and feel good about yourself. That's the truth of what this situation needs right now. Self-care, self-nourishment, really just I'm hearing selfishness. Okay. Many of you have been avoiding these kinds of behaviors and these kinds of things because you feel like it would be selfish for you to do so. Let me be vulnerable for a moment and tell you my experience with some people very close to me who, historically, who never did anything for themselves because, they didn't want it to be selfish. They were always focused on everyone else. There's a special kind of pain that comes with being on the receiving end of that kind of energy that you guys are trying to push out right now, or that you would if you were to ignore this guidance. And that is, you can't give what you can't have, right? And no one else can force you to take care of yourself. So it's putting others around you in pain, as it put me in pain, to watch those people close to me just not take care of themselves and do it under this martyr mentality of, no, I have to do it for everyone else. I have to do this for them. I can't focus on myself. I can't do anything for myself, yada, yada. Makes you feel guilty. Made me feel very guilty and powerless and unfulfilled and resented. That is how it feels. Guilty, powerless, unfulfilled, and resented by some of the people who I cared most about because they refused to do the self-care, and their justification in their mind was, well, it would be selfish for me to. Let me tell you, it's selfish not to. Because if those people close to me had just turned around and healed and taken care of themselves and focused on honoring their needs, I would have had far less painful experiences, my loves. So careful not to fall into that trap, okay? Genuinely take it from someone who's been on the receiving end from that. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one. I'm sure many of you have been too. And maybe that's what this cycle is about, that you're afraid of repeating. If you don't want to repeat it, and the Six of Pentacles, that does talk about generosity and balance. It's time to stop this mentality of I need to never give to myself and only give to others. No, sorry. Most people don't like being told this, but I'm sorry. This spirit coming through and saying you're wrong. You need to give to yourself. You need to restore the loss that has happened here. And the only one can restore it is by you giving it back to yourself. Four of Wands talks about family celebrations, usually after success of something. And then the 3 here is a major arcana, the Empress card in reverse. Whenever the Empress card comes up in reverse, self-care, self-care, self-care. Time to nurture yourself. Or you can go on continuing and feel more and more like an empty shell of a human. Damn, Spirit. Whew. Sorry, that was a little intense, but your spiritual team is fiercely protective of you. Freya, she's a Viking goddess. Think about the Vikings. And if you don't know anything about the Vikings, do a quick Google search and you will see how fearless and fierce warriors they were. Now it's time for you to be that for yourself. And in a way where you're really more on like the defensive, like it's not saying go out there and fight whatever this is or whoever this is. No. But take that fierce protective energy and use it to shield yourself as you work on healing from these feelings of rejection and lack and disappointment, and learning how to be vulnerable and reframe them and use this as motivation for building a life of abundance. You need to start focusing on, what am I grateful for Like, what do I have abundance of in my life? You're like, yes, no, this is lacking, this is like lacking, this didn't happen, XYZ. Okay, that does not matter anymore, at least not right now. I'm almost done. I know that this is turning into one of the longer videos, but these messages have to come through for you. What would your inner child want to do? And if you have kids, for any of my parents out there, let me just tell you, your kids they are wise, okay? They are smart because they have yet to be programmed from so much of society that they can still see things very clearly. So whatever you think that you are hiding from them, as far as like your disappointment or your sadness goes, you're not. They can see it, they know it, and it hurts them because they are going to want to fix it. Fuck, these are some really harsh messages coming through, but bear with me, because there's nothing more powerful in situations like that, where if you do have a kiddo and they see you hurting like that, what kind of example do you want to show them? How miraculous and empowering and fulfilling would it be for them to see? I'm not saying like don't put on a happy face for your kids, but I'm just saying whatever you think you're hiding from them, they probably already know. So instead of putting all that energy towards hiding, maybe make them feel more comfortable. Instead of a happy mask, then make them feel more comfortable by doing these self-care things in front of them. Maybe not the irresponsible, spending, unless they don't know that it's irresponsible, right? Like, nothing like that. But I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, where it's like, hey, mom's gonna have a spa day today because mom's really tired and worn out at work. And when you're tired and worn out, or you're feeling down, it's important to take care of yourself. Here's how I take care of myself. You are then taking control of your family unit and of your legacy and all of your future generations to come. In that one simple form. Do the healing, do the work, focus on yourself. If you guys are single right now is not a time to date. You're only going to suffer even more rejection, not because of anything to do with you, but because your spiritual team is going to come in and set in blocks there, because they're going to be like, no, they're not ready to try and bond with another person or build with another person, because they still have to build their own inner world, learn how to be generous with themselves, and learn how to heal and get over these feelings of, again, it's just like disappointment. So begin to replace the disappointing areas in your life by filling your life full of things that you love, activities that you love. Make time for it. And or don't, and stay trapped. Tough love messages coming through. I'm very sorry. It's like spirit, it's like I can feel it in my heart. It's like there's anger there. The spirit is angry for you. But the universe will be even more pissed at you if you don't seize this opportunity to step away from what's not serving you and to focus on yourself. This is not a bad message. This is, hey, time for self-care. Time for learning how to build your own sense of independence, say, within a marriage, within a relationship. It's not time to focus on your partner. It's time to focus on you. And the Five of Pentacles can talk about poverty. And so that is that confirmation where you guys might have a little bit of reservation or guilt doing overspending. And it's not like run yourself bankrupt, but spending money on, because money's just energy, spending money and time, because time is technically of the physical realm, right? We experience it every living moment. And your physical energy on things that make you feel beautiful, that make you feel abundant, just as you are, and whole, just as you are, without this job, without this person. They don't matter. If I could just take a paper and like cover this up and just be like, hey, yeah, no, We're not going to worry about that right now. Spa day is actually going to be really important, and not just one. I'm seeing multiple, because these septarian nodules are, I can't remember all of the chemicals or all of the minerals in it, but I do know that a lot of it is petrified or calcified mud. So go do a mud mask, and it will make you feel uncomfortable. That's why you're getting these tough love messages, because Spirit kind of wants to rub you the wrong way to push you into that point of being like, well, no, I'm not ever going to do that. I can do this really uncomfortable thing. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And I just have to show you, oh my God, I thought it was back of the deck, but it wasn't. It was just sitting on top. Four of Swords. Look how happy she feels. And sleep. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, okay? That's definitely coming through here as well. It's also worth noting 4 is the number of stability. Swords have to deal with communication and thoughts. So rest, work on building your focus on building your mental stability. Whenever your thoughts start to try and go to solving this or figuring this out or thinking about this, refocus. Like, you know what? What's going to make me physically feel good today? I'm going to do that. You know what? I'm going to schedule in a little siesta, and I'm going to take a 20-minute nap. And I'm going to process all of that weird socioculturally wired guilt. I'm going to rewire that so that I can take care of myself, so that I can set a good example for sending my inner self the messages that I'm important, as well as the people around me that I'm important, because damn it, I am. All right. Pile 5. I'm sorry that you were going through this, and I'm sorry that those were tough messages. I hope that this still helped you, and you know, if deep down you'll know that this is true, or if it's not. So open your heart and take care of yourselves. And look how glamorous she is. Damn, she is glamorous. Wear something that makes you feel glamorous. Wear something that feels good physically on your skin. The fabric does. Just focus on you, my loves. And remember, this is all temporary. This is all temporary. That is one of the big messages that Freya has when she comes up in the reversal. Yes, there's disappointment here. There's a sensation of loss or rejection here. That's all there. But it's temporary. So in the meantime, pick yourself up and just focus on yourself. And if you do think it's selfish, all right, fine. If you don't want to rewire that kind of thinking, run with it. For a temporary amount of time, you are allowed to be selfish. Just don't hurt anyone and you're fine. You know, ahisma, a life of non-harm. Okay. Pile number 5. Please feel free to comment down below. I love to know. It makes me so happy when you guys comment. So I would love to know what you guys are going through, what this is about. If you haven't already and your vibes vibe with my vibes, go ahead and subscribe. Join the tribe. Otherwise, if you haven't already, please feel free to boop that like button down below so that I know. It really helps support my channel and I appreciate it. I'm not saying anything else for you guys. Love you guys.